There's a ring coming for you. The person who ordered it did so in total silence, and their intentions are pure. Archangel Michael says, there is someone who made a quiet decision, one that will change your life forever. Without telling anyone, without making noise, they ordered something sacred with your name in mind. A ring, sealed with meaning, is already in motion, and you have no idea how close it is to touching your hand. It didn't begin this month, it started long ago. The desire, the love, the longing to be with you in truth, not in fear, not in confusion. This person is not driven by guilt or pressure, but by the pureness of what they feel deep in their soul for you. They didn't rush it. They didn't do it to impress the world. They did it in silence, like a prayer answered in motion, because some love stories are not shouted, they are delivered in divine timing. You might be sensing something already. Maybe in your dreams, maybe in your spirit. That's not just energy, it's spiritual confirmation. Type Amen to get blessing 333. This person has been observing your strength, watching how you carry yourself through fire and storm. And with every moment you stayed quiet when you could have screamed, they fell even deeper. They saw your pain. They witnessed your patience. And instead of running, they stood still, and began planning something permanent. The world around you has no clue. People don't know what's coming for you. Even the closest ones are unaware of what's being delivered in total silence. It's not just about the ring. It's about the reason behind it, a decision. A vow. A shift. Type Amen to get blessing 717. This ring carries meaning beyond material. It symbolizes the return of divine order. It represents a promise that was delayed, but never denied. Archangel Michael says, the person who chose it is coming with deep intention. They have been guided by forces they didn't fully understand, but they obeyed the pull toward you. Every hesitation they had is dissolving, and what remains is clear, rooted commitment. They didn't buy the ring to cover a mistake. They bought it to honor truth. Because when something is real, it doesn't need to be loud to be powerful. There is a sacred stillness that follows this love. It doesn't compete, it doesn't chase. It just shows up. Type Amen to get blessing 1188. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. There was a moment they almost gave up, the voices around them were loud. Doubts crept in. But the image of you never left their spirit. Even in silence, your energy spoke. Even in distance, your presence stayed, and that is what led them to the final decision. They didn't want to live another season without sealing the connection. This is more than romance. This is spiritual recall. Two energies finding their mirror. Two souls remembering the original agreement they made before time. They know now that it's you. And they are ready. Type Amen to get blessing 2344. The ring has already left its origin. Spiritually, it's on its way, and soon, physically, it will follow. You will feel a shift soon, a new calm, a strange peace, even a sudden stillness before the blessing lands. That is the energy of divine arrival. That is the ring finding its rightful home. They chose simplicity over spectacle. They didn't want crowds. They didn't want praise. They just want your hand in theirs, nothing more, nothing less. And when they arrive, your heart will recognize them before your mind does. It's already written. Type Amen to get blessing 5522. There's a reason you had to go through so much alone. So that no one else could take credit for your glow up. So that when they arrive, you'll know the love wasn't a rescue, it was a reunion. They aren't perfect, but they are prepared. The love they offer will not be unstable. It will be a shelter. This ring is not just jewelry, it's a portal, a symbol of what's closing, a prophecy of what's opening. Your fingers are about to hold proof that you were never forgotten, never forsaken, never too much. Type Amen to get blessing 6060. They've spoken to someone you don't know, someone older, someone wise. And that person confirmed everything. They said, yes, it's time. So now the person is ready. The delay is over, the moment is near. They won't approach you with a script. They'll come with raw sincerity. You will feel it in your bones. Archangel Michael says, prepare your spirit, prepare your heart. What's been hidden is being revealed, not in confusion, but in clarity. Type Amen to get blessing 7788. There may be signs already. Songs, numbers. A certain scent. A repeated message in your dreams. That's not a coincidence, that's alignment. Your life is about to shift without warning, not in chaos, but in divine surprise. The one who is coming has grown. They've changed. They've shed the false layers that once blocked their bravery. And when they speak, their voice will not shake, because this time, they are sure. Type Amen to get blessing 8844. This ring has been hidden away for a while. Locked. Kept safe, but now, it's being brought forward. Your name has been whispered over it. Your image has been visualized. And soon, your finger will wear what your spirit already feels. They didn't make this choice based on fantasy, they made it from memory, from recognition, from divine timing. Their path to you has been long, but it's nearly complete. Type Amen to get blessing 9900. You might feel emotional soon. Out of nowhere, tears may come, let them. That's your spirit releasing old blocks, making room for what's arriving. You will not have to beg for love. You will not have to compete for attention. You will be chosen, silently, wholly, intentionally. This moment was always written. It just needed the right season. Now that season has begun. And nothing can stop what is already in motion. Type Amen to get blessing 4000. They held the ring in their hand before you ever knew. In that moment, they saw your face, felt your energy, and whispered a prayer into the metal. It wasn't for luck, it was for protection, alignment, and confirmation. They are not coming to impress, they're coming to stay. Their presence will feel like home, not a performance. They didn't choose this path lightly. They chose it after deep soul searching. This person had many chances to walk away. But something, someone, kept pulling them back to your spirit. And now they've accepted it. No matter where they went, their heart always came back to you. They don't just want to love you, they want to build with you, grow with you, evolve beside you. Type Amen to get blessing 5115. Their silence wasn't absence, it was construction. While you were healing, they were preparing. While you were doubting, they were planning. While you were crying, they were choosing. You didn't see their journey. You weren't supposed to. Because love built in silence becomes unshakable in the light. They have practiced what they'll say, they've imagined the way they'll give you the ring. Not for drama, but for meaning. For sacredness. There will be no games. No confusion, no delay. Only a sacred unveiling. Type Amen to get blessing 6262. Archangel Michael says, the moment is already chosen. It will not be missed, it will not be delayed. You might be in the middle of an ordinary day. You may be doing something simple, walking, reading, cooking. They will arrive, ring in hand, words in heart, peace in their eyes. And even if you're shocked, your soul will not be, your spirit has been waiting. Type Amen to get blessing 9393. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. They didn't choose a loud location. They didn't announce it to the world, because this love was never for display, it was for destiny. They have faced fear, confronted their own past, overcome what once stopped them from being the person you deserved. Now, they are becoming that person quietly, authentically, powerfully. You didn't need saving, but you did deserve to be seen. And that's what this ring symbolizes: recognition. Type Amen to get blessing 1033. There will be peace around the moment. Time may feel slower. The world may grow still. That's because the divine realm will be watching. Your ancestors, your guides, the spiritual forces that protected your union, they will all be present. You will feel it. It won't feel like a fairy tale. It will feel like truth, like destiny catching up to real time. You might laugh. You might cry, but you will know. Type Amen to get blessing 4747. They're going to speak from the heart. No script. No rehearsed lines, just truth, finally released. They'll say they're ready. That you were worth the wait. That every path, every delay, every mistake led them back to this. You'll feel your hands tremble. That's not nerves, it's your energy syncing with theirs. That ring will slide onto your finger, not as a promise of perfection, but as a seal of divine restoration. Type Amen to get blessing 2992. They once doubted themselves, but they never doubted you. They questioned timing, not love. They feared rejection, not your worth. Now those fears are fading. They are more in tune with the spirit than ever before. This time, they are arriving with open eyes, open arms, and a heart no longer afraid of what is real. And you will welcome them, not out of desperation, but from divine knowing. Type Amen to get blessing 6336. Archangel Michael says, no one can interfere now. The obstacles have fallen. The distractions are gone. The protection around this union is sealed. You are entering a space where love is not forced. It flows. Where the ring is not about possession, but devotion. The silence is ending, the surprise is coming. The sacred moment is near. Let it arrive. You are ready. Type Amen to get blessing 4000. They once held back because they thought you were too far ahead. Too healed. Too powerful. But now they've realized, they weren't meant to compete with your strength, they were meant to complement it. The fear that once kept them distant is no longer present, they've stepped into clarity. They now see you not as a challenge, but as destiny. They didn't rush to return. They waited for the moment to be right. For the chaos to quiet, for the heart to align. And now their footsteps are being directed toward you, not with hesitation, but with holy purpose. This is not a fantasy. It's a divine reality forming in real time. Type Amen to get blessing 7111. Someone close to them knows. They've seen the box, they've heard the plan. But they were asked to keep silent, because this moment isn't for the world, it's for you. A quiet agreement has already been made. A promise whispered beneath breath. A silent intention spoken under the stars. This person is walking in the energy of fulfillment. They are not guessing anymore. They are declaring it in silence, soon to be spoken out loud to you. You'll feel the atmosphere change when they arrive. It will feel like balance, like something that was missing finally returning. Type Amen to get blessing 3883. There was spiritual warfare surrounding this connection. Attacks, delays, misunderstandings, but it couldn't be broken. What God sealed in spirit cannot be undone by man. There were people who tried to confuse them, distract them, replace you in their heart with someone more practical, but none of it worked. Because the soul doesn't forget what it loves. And no imitation ever satisfied them like the idea of you did. They are done fighting their feelings. They're surrendering now to what is true. Type Amen to get blessing 1777. Archangel Michael says, this union was protected in silence for a reason. If it had been exposed too early, it would have been attacked. That's why it was hidden, shielded, sacred. But now, the covering is lifting, what was hidden will be revealed. What was private will become permanent. You're not being surprised. You're being rewarded. You passed the test, you held your peace. And now love is arriving not as chaos, but as divine alignment. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. The ring will be placed gently, but its presence will be loud in your soul. You'll feel the confirmation run through your body like light, everything will suddenly make sense. Every heartbreak. Every silence. Every delay. It all led to this, you didn't lose. You were protected. You weren't forgotten. You were chosen. And now, the one who chose you is walking straight into your life. Type Amen to get blessing 5665. They've written something down, words they've been rehearsing in their mind for weeks. When they speak them, your spirit will recognize them instantly. These are not ordinary words. They are soul promises, things they would only say if they were ready for forever. And they are ready. You'll hear them say something you thought you'd never hear. And that will be the final sign. Type Amen to get blessing 9990, you'll soon be holding their hand. Realizing it feels familiar. That's because it's not the first time your souls have touched. This is a continuation, not a beginning. What felt like waiting was actually aligning. What felt like distance was actually protection. The next chapter of your life will not begin with confusion, it will begin with a ring. And not just a ring of gold, but a ring of light around your destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 4000. You'll look back on the silent seasons, the nights when you wondered why nothing was moving, and you'll finally understand. Those quiet nights were never empty, they were full of preparation, full of unseen hands guiding hearts back into position. This person didn't want to offer you chaos. That's why they waited. They didn't want to come with noise and confusion. They wanted to come with peace, the kind of peace that lets you breathe again. The kind of peace that speaks louder than words. The kind of peace that comes only when someone chooses you completely, without pressure, without fear, without resistance. Now, that peace is being delivered in the shape of a ring, in the form of commitment. Type Amen to get blessing 5333. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Their silence was misunderstood. You thought they didn't care. But behind that silence, a plan was forming. They were dealing with their own doubts, their own fears, their own past, and when they finally understood that you were not a test, but a treasure, they acted. They placed the order. They wrote the words. They circled a day in their heart. That day is drawing near, the hour is approaching, and the delivery of destiny is on its way. Type Amen to get blessing 7222. Archangel Michael says, this love was never ordinary. It was written in timelines that existed before you met. It was guarded by angels, it was whispered by ancestors. No counterfeit connection could ever match what this bond holds. That's why everything else before this never lasted. Because it was never meant to. But this moment, this ring, this person, it is lasting, it is sacred. It is eternal. And it is now. Type Amen to get blessing 1991. There will be signs the day it's about to happen, your reflection will feel different. The air around you will carry softness. Time may slow for a moment. You may feel like crying for no reason. That's your soul feeling the final wave before the shift. When they appear, you will not need to ask anything. Everything will make sense. And as that ring touches your finger, your spirit will sigh, not with surprise, but with surrender. Because it always knew. It always waited, it always believed. Type Amen to get blessing 4000. They may not have the fanciest words or the most dramatic gestures. But when they look into your eyes, it will feel like everything is standing still. That silence will say more than 1,000 poems ever could. You won't need validation from anyone else, the energy between you two will confirm it all. No crowd, no performance, just soul-to-soul truth. They'll speak gently, maybe nervously, but every word will carry the weight of years of searching, healing, and realizing it was always you. This is not the beginning of love. This is the return of it. Type Amen to get blessing 2882. The ring isn't just a gift. It's a key. A key to a chapter that was always meant to be opened, but could only be unlocked when both of you were fully ready. You are ready now, they are too. The silence has served its purpose. You will begin to feel subtle changes in your spirit. A quiet excitement. A knowing in your chest. This is the calm before divine confirmation arrives at your door. They're not just coming with a ring. They're coming with a decision. One they will not reverse. Type Amen to get blessing 6161. Archangel Michael says, you were never waiting in vain. The delay was divine. The wait was not punishment, it was purification. Now the moment is pure. The energy is clean, the connection is strong. They are not looking for perfection. They're returning to peace. You are their peace. And they are finally ready to claim what their heart always knew. There will be no more guessing. No more almosts. No more delays. This is the fulfillment. This is the yes. Type Amen to get blessing 3737. You've changed since the first time you imagined love like this. You've grown wiser, softer, braver. You no longer crave what is loud, you honor what is true. And this is true, undeniable, sacred, meant. The one bringing this ring didn't just return for love. They returned for truth, for healing, for alignment. And when their hand reaches out, they're not just asking for a yes. They're offering a future. Type Amen to get blessing 4040. You'll remember this day forever. Not because of a camera flash. Not because of flowers. But because your soul will whisper, this is it. There will be no fear, no questions. No hesitation. Only surrender to the truth you've waited lifetimes to hold. The moment is sacred. The intention is sealed, the ring is near. You are being wrapped in love that doesn't shake. Love that doesn't ask you to shrink. Love that expands you. It is yours now, receive it with grace. Type Amen to get blessing 4000. If you wish to express your support further,